I'm getting tired of Playboi Carti. Let's check it out.
Playboi Carti is one of the biggest rappers out right now. He's had some of the best rap performances in recent times, some of the best features he's had in his entire career.
I'm not gonna lie, Carti concerts do be looking super crazy.
And an overall cult-like fan base that will literally cry if he even breathes in their direction. But Wiz, if you're a Carti fan, why do you believe that he's running out of time?
Yo, who is this guy, bro?
First of all, be quiet. And second of all, it's because we've been waiting 4 fucking years for a new album. Now hold on there. 4 years?
Chat, what's your favorite Playboi Carti song?
You may be saying, there's no way you've been waiting 4 years for the same album. And that's because we weren't. You see, right after Whole Lotta Red dropped on Christmas 2020, Carti would promise his fans with a Whole Lotta Red Deluxe. A video would even drop of him and Kid Cudi singing along to one of his popular leaks at the time, literally titled Kid Cudi. And for any Carti fan at the time who didn't get to hear their favorite snippets on Whole Lotta Red, this was like if Christmas came a second time. Cause just in March, Carti's close music partner, Lil Uzi, would drop their most anticipated album at the time, Eternal Atake, who would then drop a deluxe a week after with everyone's anticipated snippet. So at the time, fans believed Carti was basically just gonna copy that formula. Nope. This was pre-vampire sex clown Carti. People did not know.
I really want to know what's up. Why does everybody glaze Carti this month? Like, bro, people be glazing Carti to the max.
At the time how much this man just loved to lie, but at least he made it up in his crazy performances. Throughout 2021, Carti would go on an amazing run of concerts with some of the craziest clips I'd ever seen. I mean, I could dedicate an entire video to how influential this album is to the music landscape nowadays, but this isn't really about that. All right, lock in. August 2021 would change our lives. Why? Because he announced a new album called Narcissist, and fans would start connecting the dots. Holy shit, that's his birthday.
This guy Carti is lying to y'all. He's lying to y'all like just straight up. He says this every year. It's just like when every year people say like TikTok's gonna get banned. Like they say this every year, but I think like this year they're serious. Like TikTok actually might be cooked. But same thing with Carti. Like Carti's the same thing. He's not gonna drop. He's just teasing y'all.
Gonna drop on his birthday is what fans thought until they realized that this was all a lie. The album didn't drop. So far, Carti was 0-2 for promised albums. No deluxe, no Narcissist. But this is where I want you to start paying attention to some of the patterns that Carti will showcase throughout this video. Starting with Narcissist in specific, just a few days after fans were upset with him for not dropping Narcissist, he would later post a screenshot onto Twitter of him supposedly talking to a few label heads telling them to forget the sample clearances, drop Narcissist. But hold on a second, we skipped over a whole other screenshot right before that.
Yo, everybody think this guy Carti is like some sort of vampire.
Carti would state, the website is hacked. The red photo was posted live. Never approved any clothing. What the what? What is he talking about? Oh, he's talking about the website leak that happened a day after he was supposed to drop the fucking album. But apparently, that supposed album was actually just merch. I guess the motto on the Instagram post kind of gave that away, didn't it? But don't these two screenshots kind of contradict themselves? Is Narcissist an album or is it a clothing line? But who cares? Here's the Narcissist tour, everyone. By the way, the album isn't fucking dropping anymore. You see how in just a minute you are thrown through a bunch of different hoops with no clear ending? Yeah, that's what it was like being a fan of this nigga back in 2021. The rollout for Narcissist was one of the most confusing.
Listen, everybody just has to give up on Carti, bro. He's never gonna deliver on his promises, bro.
Messes I think I've ever seen. My personal belief is that Narcissist was never even an album. The reason I said pay attention to these behaviors is because this is what allows him to get away with the shit he gets away with. For an example, that is why Carti teases his fans so much, because he knows how fucking insane they'll go. This man used to be able to make a tweet about anything and go trending for no fucking reason, like he was a Dream SMP YouTuber back in 2020. So if you're at that level of power, why would you really need to do anything when your fans can just do all that work for you? So boom, here's a word, here's a date. Go crazy. And oh, when it backfires on me, I'll just lie and tell you guys a completely different story. Sounds like something an actual narcissist would do. Oh wait, and after that whole debacle, we wouldn't hear anything about new music until his interview with XXL in April of 2022, where he would announce a new album called Music. What do you mean your album is just called Music? But by the time we reached this interview, the Narcissist tour, now renamed to the King Vamp tour, had been concluded.
King Vamp, did y'all listen to King Vamp?
During this time, Kanye and Carti would begin to mend a closer friendship. I mean, Kanye literally featured and executively produced Whole Lotta Red, but what came out in September of 2021 and February 2022 would elevate this duo even more. And that was Donda. Around this time, some of the
Donda was probably one of the best albums, one of the best songs ever by Kanye.
Tracks on Donda were songs with Carti on them, whether it was the 24-song snippet.
There's DIY, and there's doing it yourself.
or the now released Junior, and especially Off the Grid.
That was our Off the Grid was tough.
And had Donda 2 in February 2022 actually released, we would have seen him on Mr. Miyagi.
Mr. Miyagi was tough too.
This was around the time that he debuted the sex clown aesthetic. Right before that, around the release of Whole Lotta Red, he had the vampire aesthetic. And if you couldn't tell,
chat, I remember. Listen, bro, I remember this vampire. Yo, I don't know what is up with Carti, but this guy thinks he's a whole vampire.
Right before that, around the release of Whole Lotta Red, he had the vampire aesthetic.
What is it? Chat, keep in mind, Carti's like what? He gotta be pushing 30, right? This is a grown man putting vampire teeth in his teeth.
And if you couldn't tell, I really liked the clown aesthetic at the time. But other than that announcement, the entire year would go by of Carti, poking his head out here and there until we finally reached December. You know, the time filled with
this guy's not gonna drop.
Time with family, opening presents on Christmas Day, and oh my God, Carti just tweeted, "I love my supporters, it's time!" And what's that? It's the 2-year anniversary of Whole Lotta Red. Holy shit, he's gonna drop his new album music! Nope. 2020, he was Santa. And in 2022, he turned into the fucking Grinch and ruined 49 million people's Christmases!
Excuse me, what the actual fuck?
Yo.
Fun fact, that was actually his final tweet.
No way
Still
everybody
to this
cares
day,
this much.
A fucking lie. Now, why would Carti do such a thing? Was it because it was the 2-year anniversary of Whole Lotta Red? As much as I'd like to think that he was doing just a little bit of trolling, I'm 90% sure that this was actually
Nah, he definitely was
control.
trolling.
Because just 5 days before these tweets, he would actually be arrested in Georgia for allegedly choking his pregnant girlfriend. My guess is that he actually
Choking it, yo.
tweeted these in anticipation of the story hitting the news sometime soon. So in the same way before with Narcissist, how he gets caught in his own lies and then manipulates his fan base to get out of it, he would do the same thing again. Are you catching on to the pattern now? Luckily for him, the news of this incident wouldn't break until February 14th, 2023. So he definitely didn't need to do that damage control, but what a fucking horrible Valentine's Day. But speaking of 2023, what the fuck did he do in 2023? Oh, he started off the year with more damage control. Because once the girlfriend story broke, he disappeared like a fucking vampire in the night for 2 months. And the first thing that he did when he came back in May of 2023 was post an Instagram story of him on the phone with The Weeknd. Then just a month later, their song Popular would drop. Now, why would I call that damage control? Because his fans know that he pops in and out all the time. So if something big like this breaks and he disappears, his fans have fucking attachment issues to this nigga. So they're gonna assume that he's just dealing with that.
Yo, I don't know. People care. Yo, listen, bro. People care way too much about this guy, Carti. Like, people be literally slobbing on this guy. Like, if Carti does anything, everybody just simply crashes out. Everybody start acting super crazy. They just start acting super berserk. I'm like, bro, calm down. This guy, Carti, does not know you at all. Like, literally everybody goes crazy.
And forget it ever even happens once he drops new music. So my theory is that he made sure that once he returned from a big news story like that, that he would immediately drop music. And like magic, the entire story went away.
This guy Carti's never finna drop,
Popular
bro.
would actually be the beginning of his crazy 2023 feature run. But before we get to that crazy feature run, let's go through all the other miscellaneous shit that he did in this year.